Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I thought it might be quite fun to show you some of my makeup collection, but I'm going to break it down just a little bit. I really love watching these kinds of videos. I've watched a couple of Californ.i.a's videos on like separate makeup items in her collection, and I just thought it's quite a fun one to watch, and it's quite interesting to see, I think, into people's makeup collection. So today I'm going to do blushes. I was going to do highlighters, but actually in Tuesday's video I'm hoping to test out a new highlighting product. So I thought I didn't want to have two highlighting videos go up one next to each other. So yeah, I'm going to share my blushes today. If you like this kind of video, then let me know what you would like to see next in terms of my makeup collection. Yeah, so let's jump into it. So I do have a mixture of drugstore, affordable, and there are a couple of more higher end blushes in here. So the three I'm going to mention first, I know for a fact aren't available anymore, which is really upsetting, because especially one of them is like my old-time favourite blusher. And they're actually all from Kiko. I find with Kiko makeup they do that quite a lot. They do have some kind of staples in their makeup range that tend to stay, but they do also do a lot of limited edition things, like my favourite mascara is limited edition, and they tend to bring out new ranges quite a lot. So that's why I thought I'd quickly start with these three, kind of get them out of the way. So I'll actually start with my all-time favourite blusher, and that's the Pinkabelle one in 04. So you'll see me use this several times. It's my favourite, like I said, my favourite blusher. It's quite a peachy orange tone blusher, which is kind of my favourite kind of blusher to go for. Typically, if you're more fair skin like me, pinks tend to suit those skin tones a bit more, but I just love a more peachy tone blusher. I think it just blends into bronzer really nicely. This is kind of like a baked blusher in a way. Like I said, it's quite a light orange peachy coral tone. That's that one there, and it's just a really pretty, it's quite a subtle one, which I quite like, so it just works for an everyday look, and it just feels really nice. It's really silky, there's a slight sheen to it, which is really pretty on the cheeks. Another one is their Soft Touch blusher. This is 107. This is slightly of a deeper tone, slightly more on the pinky salmon side, I'd say. Again, not too pigmented where you're going to go overboard, so that one there. Like I said, this is just a really pretty kind of deeper pink salmon kind of colour. And the final Kiko one is this one here. This is the Blending Wave Multicolour Blush in 01. I got this one, so it's actually got a mixture of peach and pink in it, and sometimes I use it with just the peach side, which is like that, which is a very, very light blusher. The more pinky toned on the other side, which is in comparison is very vibrant. Okay, so next I will talk about some of my sleek blushes. I know I've done a sleek makeup collection video, so I won't go into too much detail about these. I'll quickly show you them, but if you want to see more in-depth look in them, I'll leave that video down below. So like, I've got 5 of the Blush by 3 palettes from Sleek. So the original one I got was the Californ.i.a one, which is all cream blushes, and they're, as you can see, kind of peachy orange tones that I like. I've also got Pink Lemonade. So this is all pinky tones. You've got cream, 2 powders. The cream's matte and the powders have got more shimmer to them. I'll just quickly swatch one of them. So this is the Pink Mint one. This one here. These are really beautiful blushes, all these sleek ones. They just, again, not overly pigmented that you're going to look like a clown, but they are buildable to create. If you want to create quite a deep blush, you can do. So that's a beautiful palette. I've also got Sugar, which is much more deeper tones. You've got an orange, like a burgundy red, and this really beautiful kind of red with gold on top. And this is really beautiful. This is slightly more harder to wear, admittedly, this shade. This is the shade, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. So this one here, it has a nice sheen to it. This is actually a really pretty one for in the summer. Pop it on top of your, lightly on top of your bronzer, it just creates an extra kind of glow to the skin. Really pretty. I've got Lace. This is all orange tones. So these are all powder ones. These two are matte. You've got a slightly lighter orange and a deeper orange. You've got a really pretty shimmery orange in the middle here, which does have a slight kind of golden overlay to it, which is really pretty. That one's really nice for the summer. Again, it has a beautiful sheen, spring, summer, to create a nice glow to the skin. The final one is Pumpkin, which is the one I've used several times as eyeshadows. It's very vibrant colours. You can go in quite easily with a light hand to pop them onto your skin. Works beautifully. Or if you want to go quite hard, you can go in with eyeshadows, which I've done quite a lot. So I'll just quickly swatch one. I'll swatch Lantern, which is this one here. It's beautiful orange. This orange here. So like I said, if you went in hard, then they are extremely pigmented. But if you just lightly dust, if you just tap your brush in ever so slightly, tap off the excess and just lightly dust it, then you can create a really beautiful flush to the cheeks. So yeah, the Sleek Blush by 3 blush palettes are one of kind of my favourite drugstore blushes. I just think they're really pretty. They do a great colour selection, so it's definitely a palette to suit all skin tones. All requirements. And so 3 really inexpensive blushes that I've got next are all from MUA. This one I don't know if is available anymore. This is the MUA Mosaic Blush in English Rose. I think it's the shade 3, which looks like this. I've used this a few times, not so much as blusher but more as a blusher topper, because it's very shimmery. You see it's got all kinds of reds, pinks, oranges, there's a couple of purples in there, shimmery shades. So to me this is more of a blush topper because it's quite highlighting. It's a very, very subtle shade, so you can see the sheen just there. So this is not an intense blusher at all. And that's why I say I use it as a blush topper, because there's not that much colour to it, but it has a really pretty sheen to it. Then the other 2 from MUA are these single blushes here. I've got BonBon, which is kind of more of a neutral pink colour. Really lovely. Now these are definitely softer and smoother than the Mosaic one. Really pretty. It's like I said, very neutral pink toned colour. Then I also have Bubblegum, which is a slightly brighter pink. Again, very beautiful. Like that. So it's slightly like it suggests, a bubblegum pink. And again, these are relatively pigmented, so those MUA blushes are very inexpensive as well. So if you're someone who's not really into blusher but wants to try it out and find your right shade, maybe I would suggest trying out some of these individual MUA blushers just to kind of test out what colour works for you, kind of get used to having blush on your skin, because like I said, they're really inexpensive. Similarly, some other inexpensive blushes are from Makeup Revolution. I have 2 of them. One that looks very similar to the MUA, I have to say, in terms of packaging and everything. This is in the shade Love. It's definitely a much lighter pink. This is very much a neutral toned blusher. I'd say this isn't really one for deeper skin tones, definitely more for fairer skin tones like myself. Barely there blusher kind of colour, but there is colour there, so we'll create more of a natural flush to the cheeks. It is slightly powdery, I have to say, slightly chalky, but once on the skin it's not so bad. It's more when I'm putting my finger in there, swiping along. So when you've got your brush in there, just make sure you tap off the excess, and then it does just glide on really nicely onto the skin. So again, a lovely one. And then probably my favourite one from Makeup Revolution is this one here. This is one of the Vivid Baked blushes. I have mine in Hard Day. This is a very kind of like a baby pink almost kind of blusher. But similarly, one of my favourite bronzers is the Vivid Baked bronzer from Makeup Revolution. And as you know, with that one, it has a really beautiful sheen. I know I keep saying this a lot, but I tend to go for blushes that have a nice sheen to them. Again, it's like I said, a baked blusher, so it's really smooth to touch. I mean, look at that, so pretty. It has like a pearliness to it, which I just think is so beautiful. So it's that one there. Again, very much a subtle flush to the cheeks, which I know a lot of people prefer that with blushes. They don't like the intense kind of blushes. So again, that's a very beautiful, inexpensive blusher to go for. Going slightly more higher end, well, not slightly more, these are quite high end blushers. I own some of the Hourglass Lighting blushers. So I own 3 of them. These are the Ambient... what it's called, Ambient Lighting Blush, yeah. So I have it in Ethereal Glow, that's probably how you say it, which are very much a baby pink kind of. Now with these blushes, there is shimmer to them, I will tell you now. These do have specks of shimmer to them. They have a beautiful like marbling effect in the blusher, and the packaging in general is just so beautiful. But like I said, these are quite expensive blushes. So that's that one there. It's very much a baby pink, real sheen, shimmer to it. Now if you're kind of this far away from me, you're not going to see the specks of shimmer in it, but if you're close up you will. So it depends kind of what your preference is on blushes, whether you like having bits of shimmer in there or not. I think it can look very pretty, especially when the light hits it. It just gives it an extra glow to the skin. But those are lovely formulas of blushes, really silky smooth, and they just glide onto the skin beautifully. I've also got Mood Exposure, which is kind of more of a deeper brown toned pink kind of blusher. Again, very pretty, still has that shimmer in it. I have to say, in comparison to some of the others I've swatched, these aren't the most pigmented blushes. Again, it depends on your preference, but I just think they're really pretty. Then I've got Dim Infusion, which is a really beautiful kind of more orangey peachy tone. My favourite kind of colour blusher. These blushes just add a really pretty radiance to the skin. So you can kind of see the sheen, but you can't really see the pigmentation of this one. So it's kind of there, you can kind of see it, but it's more the sheen you can see with this one. Going on to some stick slash cream kind of formulas that I've got here. I've got two stick blushers. The first one is a Barry M Sexy Mother blusher. I have mine in Pinkabelle. I really like cream kind of formula products. I just think they sink in the skin nicely. I do say with stick blushes, they are very pigmented, so they're slightly more one you have to be careful with going in, and I would recommend doing one cheek at a time and then quickly blending out, because otherwise sometimes I can find, like, when you put the initial, wherever you put the initial blusher down, then try and blend out, you can still kind of see that mark where you initially popped it down. But like I said, these are really pretty kind of pink colour, very pigmented, so again, that's why I'm saying you need to be careful and you just need to have patience with this. I find it works better with a brush. I like to use the brush that I've used to put my foundation on, because it just really helps blend out the blusher a bit easier. Then I've also got the Gosh Giant stick in Passion. This is slightly more peachy coral toned. Again, very similar. Okay, it's quite pink actually. Very similar. This is slightly creamier, I'd say, than the Barry M one. But again, I just go in with the whatever brush I've used to do my foundation, as it just kind of really helps blend out the blusher easier. And even if you've gone a bit too heavy with those cream blushes, which is quite easy to do, it then can kind of de-intensifies those in a way. This is my final cream blusher, or kind of cream textured blusher that I have, and it's a PH one. This is from Lipstick Queen, and this is the Frog Prince Cream Blush. Now they do a lipstick form of this as well, and I think they do a lip gloss form of this. So when you open up, it looks green like this, so you can kind of see slight pink in it where I've kind of used my finger in there and stuff and used it. But basically it's green, and the idea of this is that it matches the pH of your skin tone, which is really nice. So it's meant to create your natural flush to the cheeks. I really like the colour this comes out on my skin. I don't know, I haven't tried it on other people to see if there is a difference in the shade depending on different pHs, but either way it's quite a fun little product to have. I like the packaging. I think it's quite cool. It's green. It comes out a beautiful colour, well, for me anyway. I think the colour's really nice. It suits my skin tone lovely. So, and it's cream, which I really like cream products, well, as I've mentioned quite a few times. So for me it's a really nice blusher. It's not the cheapest of blushers, admittedly. I will leave everything listed down below that's still available with prices, etc. But like I said, I really love cream blushes, and it's a really pretty colour on my cheeks, so that's why I love this one a lot. Again, for another really inexpensive blusher, well, this is £1 to be exact. This is the Makeup Gallery Feeling Blush blusher in the shade Candy Floss 2. So this is the Poundland blusher that I picked up for my testing Poundland makeup. I've mentioned it in a favourites video recently. I think it was my February one. No, I think it's my January one I mentioned it, because it's a really pretty colour, I think, and considering I like more peachy tones, it's a really nice pink tone actually. Nothing too extreme, too heavy. It's a little bit chalky. It probably is a little bit chalky and powdery, but to be honest, I can kind of put that aside considering it's £1. So it's this one here, a really beautiful colour, not too pigmented so it's going to make you look like a clown, but pigmented enough to give a really nice flush to the cheeks. So yes, it is slightly chalky, slightly powdery, and you get a little kickback when you put your brush in there, but you just tap it off and it's only £1. So I mean, like I said, the colour is really nice and it looks really beautiful on the cheeks, so I don't think you can really complain with that in all honesty. And the final 3 blushes that I have for you are all mineral blushes. So I'll start with the Pressed Mineral Blush, and this is from Lolo. This is the Coralista Cheek Duo. So this does have a highlighter in it as well, but I'm just focusing on the blusher. As you will see, this is more of a peachy toned blusher. As I've mentioned, that's my favourite kind of blusher. I've used this several times. This is a really beautiful blusher. It's matte. It's a really pretty kind of natural looking, really pretty natural looking blusher. Lovely peach tone, really silky, glides on the skin really nicely, and it's a beautiful colour as well. Speaking of Lolo, I have one of their Mineral Loose blushes in Juicy Peach. It's one of the first blushes I got from Lolo, so it's a mineral form. Again, more of a peachy bronzy tone to it. Be careful because it's mineral, it can get messy, it can get quite pigmented as well. This one here, slightly more of an orange toned, looks really nice blended into bronzer for that really nice summer glow going on. There's a beautiful sheen to it as well. And my final blusher in my collection is another mineral one. This is from Neve Cosmetics, a recent addition to my collection. I have mine in Flame Tree. Now this is kind of a more pinky red toned blusher. Again, very pigmented, so you need to be very careful with this, and especially as it's mineral as well, it can just get very messy very quickly. So you really want to tap off, you really want to tap off any excess off your brush before popping this on your skin, because as you can see it's very pigmented and you want to make sure you go with a light hand, but it's so smooth, it's so silky smooth. A really beautiful blusher, peachy toned again, just a really beautiful blusher. Again, it's mineral, natural, so it's a really nice product to have, just a little bit messy, so you just need to be careful with that one. So that is all of my blushes in my blusher collection. I think I've got a nice range of blushes there. Like I said, if you did like this video, I don't know, this might have been quite a boring one to watch. I quite like these videos, but you never know. If you do like it, then let me know what you would like to see next. Like I said, I was going to do highlighter, but as I'm doing a highlighting video next, I didn't want to have too many highlighting videos back to back kind of thing. So yeah, let me know what your favourite blushes are, if you have got any of the blushes that I've got in your collection, what you think of them. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Thanks for watching.